We know all too well about my history with Marvel vs. Capcom, but I've never really been that engaged with the Marvel side of the roster, aside from the general pop culture consciousness. If only there were a Capcom crossover game that pulled from my own wheelhouse. One with, well, giant robots would be a good start. Now what can we find with plenty of giant robots? Wait, what's a seahorse doing here? Behold the massive stable of Tatsunoko production, the folks behind Speed Racer, Gatchaman, aka Battle of the Planets, Tekkaman Blade, Generator Gall, Genesis Climber Muspida, aka 1/3 of Robotech, Yatterman, the list goes on. Point is, it's colorful characters, along with the occasional giant robot, sup Gold Lightan, and they'd likely mesh well with an equally absurd mix of Capcom characters. This isn't some high-concept piece about saving the world or restoring peace to the universe. It's about Casshern throwing down with Frank West just 'cause. And that's fine, so long as the mechanics are spot on. Problem isn't the mechanics, though. As far as modern 2-on-2 fighters go, it's pretty standard and sound in its execution. The problem is platform. Let's face it, the Wiimote isn't suited at all to fighting games, save for maybe the 2-button-centric Smash Brothers. As such, the Wiimote controls are dumbed down to the point of insult, with one button and a waggle for super attacks or waggle the other way, and you win. I honestly couldn't stand it. Fortunately, you can plug in a nearby GameCube controller and have a little more control over the action, but this device is still less than optimal. Your best bet is to dust off your Wii Classic controller, if you've got one lying around. Once you've figured out how to make things work, the rest of the game goes fairly swimmingly. This is my favorite kind of game, one that refuses to take itself seriously and one that caters to a broad base. Your standard Chun-Li and Ken the Eagle and the like certainly take the forefront, but don't forget that this is the premiere outing for MVC3 combatants Beautiful Joe and Frank West. In addition, this game represents the acknowledgement of 3 different Mega Man series in the same game, with Roll from the original canon, Zero from the X series, and Legend-style MegaMan Volnutt. Broad appeal. It's a good thing. And the final boss? Let's just say it's a fast throw out of left field with a whole lot of kanji around for whatever reason. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom was never out to shake up the world like MVC3 did. Firstly, it's a Wii exclusive release, putting it in the hands of a huge install base that excludes the HD preferring hardcore set. It focuses too much on balancing the player's abilities rather than the characters, with its multitude of simpler and simpler control schemes. From a technical aspect, it's a stepping stone on the way to the ideas and concepts we appreciate in the latest and greatest release. But if you're going to be a stepping stone, why not be as fun as possible? And it's in that frame that this game shines. It's not about tournament domination, so much as it's about enjoying some classic characters from the past 30 years of video games and 40 years of anime.